I need to do my homework, but it is so boring. All the answers are on Google. But I know I have to do it. But what I like to do is Twitter with my machis up there. I'll send you a text message in a second. And I need to be on Facebook, because if it's not on Facebook, it's not true. So please help me out. Give me your best smile. Because you know what happens on Facebook stays on Facebook. So I say 1, 2, 3, and you give me your best smile. 1, 2, 3. Say cheese! Thank you. Wow. Didn't you feel overwhelmed by all the things I needed to do? Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp. Lucky you, I didn't watch a video on YouTube. But let me tell you this. These were 5 minutes in the life of a teen in the West. This is what happens 24/7 in the life of a teen. And it's no different here in India. Do you know that 20% of the mobile phone-owning youngsters lives here in India? An online generation is growing up here too. Resources tell us that an average teen spends more than 2.5 hours online every day. That's excluding the 6 hours of online gaming. 76% of the teenagers spends more than an hour on Facebook every day. And 59% checks his Facebook during class. Can you imagine the poor teacher? And a teen sleeps for around 8 hours a night. So that leaves them around 6 hours live on Earth. 6 hours without their virtual friend who are waiting and watching on each other, checking if they're still cool and not rejected. And at night, they are still online. Because as a teenager, you do not turn off your cell phone. You never know what you're missing out on. And I'm not saying that all these new technologies are bad. No, not at all. All these technologies help us connect and grow. Look at this STEP platform. Or Oprah. She inspires millions of people with her tweets every day. But the virtual world is about to win from our real world. And is that what we really want? Computers dominating the life of our kids. Moms communicating with their teens through mobile phones, sending a text message. Honey, would you please come down for dinner now? XOX mom. As a teen coach, I am really worried to see the actual playgrounds of our teens getting smaller and smaller to 17-inch screens and 2x3-inch mobile screens. And on these virtual playgrounds, teens try to connect and play real life with their virtual friends, not learning how to really connect, how to communicate face to face. What does this mean? Well, this is Joan. I'm not sure she's on here. But Joan is a beautiful girl of 19, and she's very intelligent. And she came up to me and told me, Joyce, as soon as I enter the classroom to do my finals, I completely black out. What was her problem? Was she in love? She had a fight with her parents or friends? No. Facebook and Twitter were her problem. On Facebook, she read about her friends passing exams, getting into well-known universities, having fun at college. What would she post after her exam? And on the day of her exam, her Facebook wall was full of messages of people wishing her good luck. Can you imagine doing a test here and everybody's watching you? 300 pair of eyes were watching her. That's what Joan thought. This virtual pressure made it all too much for her. And this is Robert, a 16-year-old boy without any goals in life. He hardly has any friends, only a few in the virtual world. He couldn't really connect with people, not with his parents. He got isolated more and more in his room with the TV and computer. His mother used to call it his game cave. He hardly sees any daylight, except when he goes to school. What will happen with Robert if nobody teaches him how to really connect? How will he experience real love or get a real job? I am really worried that when this generation is about to get married, they don't have a clue about a relationship. They don't know how to hug, how to raise kids live. You can't turn off a baby. Switch to another screen. No, it keeps on crying. I'm worried that the divorce rate will increase really, really quickly by this. When I broke up with my boyfriend in 5th grade, I had to face him live. I have to tell him, Nick, I'm sorry, but I'm breaking up with you. Nowadays, teens post on Facebook, Nick, it's over. And most of the time, Nick's friends know it faster and before Nick knows. I see kids getting more and more aggressive on their iPods while they're playing games. And I'm not even talking about some recent shootings and killings where teens shot and killed other people because they got inspired by a video game. And let's be honest, when we were young, without internet, life wasn't all happy days either. We also had fights and misunderstandings, but we couldn't hide for too long in our bedroom. We had to face each other live. Our generation, they didn't learn us how to connect in a more constructive way. And that also had an impact on our generation, which I found out myself. Because when I got married at the age of 24, I didn't have a clue about being me, about loving myself first so I could love somebody else. I didn't know how to really touch somebody, how to have real good sex, which is not just an obligatory exercise. No, it's where two parties are present. Because when you're both present, you really make a connection. I didn't know how to explain my feelings, communicated the things I wanted and needed. So my marriage didn't work, for which I'm really, really sorry. But I learned some important life lessons. I am responsible, 100% responsible for my own luck and my own life, not somebody else. I need to listen to and trust on my inner voice. What do I want? And in a relationship, you need to have face-to-face conversation. You need to communicate without any judgment. So how do we move forward? We need to teach our teens the best of both worlds. The virtual world and the real world. That the virtual world is okay, but it's not the only way to connect. Not all they see is true. That the real world is about real people with a heartbeat, not with bits and bytes. We need to teach our teenagers to connect, not from behind their computer screen, but face to face. And for a teenager, it's really, really scary. And it's so not cool. And it's out of their comfort zone. So we need to help them. And that's what I do as a teen coach. In my work, I use the two worlds too. The virtual world and the real world. I definitely meet face to face. But I also use email and text messaging. Teens can use that in their own time. They open up more and easier. They don't need to show their wiggling hands, their red face, the scared look in their eyes. How easy is that? But I also teach them about body language, about real emotions. Not only the ones of themselves, no, also from the other people they connect with. I teach them that they don't need to imitate other people or blend in with the internet crowd. No, I teach them that they have to have face-to-face conversations. Too many teens want to be their avatar, their own created virtual identity. A great-looking Uber person, but without any feelings. We need to teach them that that is a nice creation, but it's still a creation of their mind. But I also teach my teens that they need to listen to their inner voice, their strengths, their passions, how to communicate face to face. And very, very important, I teach them that they are 100% responsible for their own life. So with all these insights and learnings and my own experience, I created the program, Be the Star of Your Own Life. In this program, I teach my teens that they are the actor, the producer, the director, the screenwriter, the casting director of their own life movie. In these scripts, teens make choices with love, with passion, and other people. These scripts shows a teen who's comfortable and brave enough to go after his or her dreams. Not because somebody else tells them. No, it's because what they want and they choose, not somebody else. My client Joan, she passed her exams easily. Instead of spending hours and hours on the internet, watching all the others succeed, she found a way of getting her mind focused and clear. She started finger painting. In the hours before her exams, she had all her emotions and stress on the big white painting while using her hands and having fun. And actually, she's quite good at it. And Robert, we found out that he's really good in explaining computer stuff to other people. So he now helps elderly to get used to their computers, how to pay online, how to book a vacation, how to send emails with attachments, how to Skype with their grandchildren with the webcam on. And he also teaches them how to turn it off later. So he now really connects with real people. He still likes the online gaming thing, but he now really connects, even with his parents. I teach my clients to have as much live contact as they can have, because live contact is the key to any success. With one pat on the shoulder, you communicate so much more. With live contact, you raise courage and self-esteem. And that's our mission for us as teachers, parents, coaches, and adults. We need to teach our teens to have as much live contact as they can have. We have their future and our future in our hands. And in order to do that, we need to take time and invest in our teens today. And I really, really mean today. You know how often things get delayed. I'll do it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow there's drama class. The day after there's tennis. There's always something tomorrow. So let's start today. The other thing I teach the parents of my clients is to get rid of all your TVs in your bedroom. I mean the bedroom of your teens and in your bedroom. And I can tell you it will improve your sex life. Just one TV in your house, in your living room. You can watch together, you can connect together. I also tell them no mobile phones, no computers in the bedroom. Use it downstairs in the living room or in the kitchen. Then you really connect. As a parent, you have a little parental guidance there. You can see what your kids are doing online, because you don't want to know what happens in front of a webcam when they're upstairs in their room. You need to use your bedroom to charge yourself, not your computer, not your mobile phone. So just leave it on the ground floor. What I always do with my kids, I've got two beautiful kids you can see here, on every first Monday of the month, after dinner, no TV during dinner, no mobile phones during dinner, we do a little heart talk. So tomorrow, it's October the 1st, we'll do a heart talk again. Well, I'll postpone it to next week because then I'm back in Holland. But what I do with the heart talk is I always ask my kids to grade myself for the last month. So they give me a number from 1 to 10. And my little one last time told me, "Mom, I'll give you 7 because you're such a cool mom. I said, thank you. But what I asked her, the second question I asked her is, what do I need to do to make it an 8? And she said, well, Mom, every time when you pick me up from school, you're on the phone. You are not there. Yeah, you're picking me up, but you're not there. You're not present. And I don't like that. That was really useful, valuable, and lovable information she gave me. If she would have told me that before, at the school ground, I would have said, this is so important, honey, wait a minute and I'll get back to you. I need to make this phone call. But now, by the way of doing this, by grading me from a 7 to an 8, she's telling me that I need to get off my phone or need to leave my cell phone in the car because she wants me there. She wants me there present as soon as she gets out from school to tell her stories, to give me a hug, but she was away for a few hours. So I don't see it that time as criticism. I don't see it as attack. No, I see it as positive feedback. So please, tomorrow, you can start. It's the 1st of October. You can do it with the whole family, grade each other, and it will give you really, really useful information. But more importantly, you connect. And hopefully, in 30 years' time, these teens tell their children, well, my son, I really smile at Facebook and Twitter because it's so old-fashioned. But I really learned some important life stuff when I was young. You know, my son, the number one rule, live contact is the key to any success. So let's put this into practice right now. Who of you has a business card with you? Please raise your hands. I have one. It's a TED event, so I have my business card. It's at least with me. Thank you. What I always do when somebody asks me for a business card, I do not just give it away. No, I really look at the person asking me and I write a little note on the business card. And it works 2 ways. First, they always remember me because the little note helps them, because it says something about the event we were or the things we discussed. But secondly, which I think is very, and I think it's more important, even if it's for a brief second, we do not just swap business cards. No, we really make a connection. We really interact. We really have to look at each other. So please, everybody, with a business card, look at your neighbor. And I mean really, really look at your neighbor. And think what you can write on your business card during lunch. What will you write on that business card to connect with your neighbor? And for all the other ones out here, please go home tonight and give your loved ones a real hug. Kiss them, wink at them, smile at them, and please look them in the eye and tell them, I love you. And I'm sure that if you don't do that tonight, somebody else will. So please do that tonight. Because otherwise we live life like a video game. And you know what happens with video games? It can be game over in a second without living, really, really living. And that is so sad because life is so beautiful. Thank you.